and welcome back to the final video of Radhakrishna's Shastra Kashusha, his introductory text to Vasudeva's Vedic Universe trilogy of books that he has written. And thank you for joining me on this little adventure. Today's chapter is called Accepting the Earth is Flat. When interviewed on television, one scientist said he would accept the flat Earth model if it can predict something that the globe model cannot. Well, my fellow devotees, the model presented by Srila Vasudeva, which I have explained in full as far back as 2019, and which has been ignored by every leader or devotee scientist I have approached, offers so many findings not predicted by the globe model. What is more, it appears to align with every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. That is, when it does not have the intervention of scientific or managerial oppressions. I invite all devotees to scrutinize this under light of Shastra. Vasudeva's flat earth Bhumandala model shows that there are many inhabited places on lands very close to us and not in outer space. Contrary to this, the globe model, spread by atheistic leaders and imperialistic scientists, claims we are the only intelligent life form in the universe. We can add to Vasudeva's flat earth predictions the fact that there are billions of humans and others, such as demigods and demons, that can be found on islands very close to us, and our devotional model can demonstrate how each being lives for differing lengths of time and why. These findings displace the globe model shown by Einstein's theory of general relativity and Newton's ideas of gravity, as well as NASA's photoshopped blue marble and all cheating government leaders. All we have to do is spread the truths of Srimad Bhagavatam, and the One World Alliance takeover will be halted, and the Golden Age can begin for the masses. After all, if the Sankirtana army of Lord Chaitanya is tasked with something, it must surely be to uphold and distribute truth. There are thousands upon thousands of things predicted in the flat earth model offered by Srila Vasudeva, and these must be given to humanity as our service to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One such prediction that can be seen on Earth at present is that every human, especially our children, are being hijacked and having their life force dragged away from their body by telephones, the internet, pornography, and everything digital. These representatives of Kali carry the torch, and anyone who carries this banner without the intentions of representing Shastra similarly become an agent. There's not much time left before the next big calamity is upon us that gives the demonic governments a reason to tighten the shackles and introduce central bank digital currencies. Once the oligarchs do this, you can completely forget about speaking against the globe model or any other falsity propounded by those who will become your masters. At this time, you become the peasants and slaves to be controlled and dealt with as the master sees fit. If I have done any good in my life up to this point, I hope that in exchange the Lord allows devotees to wake up to the truth, and that they at full speed take up their service to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Vasudeva, and Srila Prabhupada, and propound the truth that our earth is a flat continuum of land, with the universe rotating above. Yours, in service to the devotees, Radha Karan Das. Om Tat Sat. And now a few quotes that he pulls in. Srila Prabhupada talking to scientists. And Bhakti Prema says to him, "So how will we expose it before scientists?" And Prabhupada says, "We do not require to satisfy the scientists. We have to describe according to our book. That's all. If they can understand, let them understand. Otherwise, it is not our business to satisfy the so-called scientists. We are giving the real description." And then Srila Prabhupada discussing gravity. Shruta Kirti says, "Just like they say the moon does not go away because the earth is attracting it." Prabhupada replies, "Oh, what is earth? Bogus." Paramahamsa then says, "But if we tell them that there is no law of gravity, they will say, 'Why is it that you throw up a ball, then it comes down?'" Prabhupada replies, "It comes down heavy, then it comes down. That's all." Shrutakirti says, "But that heaviness, they say, is gravity." Prabhupada replies, "You can call it anything, but if Krishna desires, a ball may not fall. Just like so many planets, they are carried up by the air. All these planets are moving only by the air. So the heavy cloud is carried by the air. It is a question of adjustment of air, not the law of gravity. Now, the whole universal planetary system is floating and rotating around the pole star. Is that law of gravity rotating? Is it the arrangement of the air? By the air, it is up, just like there is a dust storm. So many are floating in the air. There is no question of the law of gravity, it is the air. And now quotes from Lord Chaitanya on the Sankirtana movement. The Lord said, I wish to beg you for one favor in charity. You must pledge that this Sankirtana movement will not be checked, at least in the district of Nadia. The Qazi then replied, to as many descendants as take birth in my dynasty in the future, I give this grave admonition. No one should check the Sankirtana movement. And thus ends this book from Radhakarana, introductory text to the Vasudevas Vedic Universe trilogy of books, two of which I have referenced on this channel. The third one I've actually honestly not read because I was waiting to finish this introduction first. I'd like to say I am aware that it is the worst imitation of Srila Prabhupada ever. I'm not going for imitation, I simply change my voice so you know when I'm kind of quoting something. Also, for those who may think, Brahmanan Das, do you now support flat earth theory? I have never said that. There are many things on this channel that I read that some of you call me out for, and I'm fine that you do. I'm happy you interact with me. It might be a picture I put up on the YouTube. It might be a video like this on something that maybe goes against some things I've talked about. I may read from a guru that I have questioned and said, why is this guru someone we should care about? And then I've read something from them. I did that with Chris Butler, matter of fact. My goal is to get you thinking and to put ideas into the arena. They're not always ideas I agree with. They're not always people I support or even particularly like. But some of you like these people. I actually, when I read Radhakarana's text, Drop Your Science, I had someone reach out to me and going, oh, wow, you're reading his book. I'm trying to, reach out to him and connect with him. I've posted stuff up of teachers I didn't know if anyone cared about, and you've responded very positively. Oh, okay, you like the guy. Now, honestly, I don't, but you do. You see, the thing with Hinduism is it's this huge family tree of very, orthodox people and then kind of new agey out there and this and American and Indian and there's all these different things and all these ideas and I only touch on a little bit. I consider myself a Vaishnava and I don't even really get into the Shakti world of it. I barely touch on that. I'm aware of that. And I don't even really talk about Buddhism that much. We could call that something. Or is it Jainism that's also connected to us? There's other things I could be discussing. And I only just get such a small sliver. But I try, within that small sliver, to incorporate as many voices as I can. Even those I don't agree with, even though some of you don't agree with, but some of you do. And I want to kind of say, like, I hate to say this because it sounds like I'm trying to have my cake and eat it too. And I hate that because I'm someone who calls that out. But I'm trying to say there's a line that I keep blanking here. I had it a second ago and I blanked out. My apologies. Hinduism, we have a very diverse religion. This has been the way it has been ever since. Ever since the dawn of time and in Sanatana Dharma and Vedic culture, which I don't think really exists anymore. Sanatana Dharma is dying out. Hinduism's taking over, and it's this weird New Agey thing. And I find it weird, but it's kind of where we are now. And many of us are trying to bring back some things from the past or to ground Hinduism now in the past. It has always been a religion of diversity, ever since. Whatever you call the religion, it's always been one of diversity. We've always had Vaishnavas and Shaivites and Shakti followers and whoever else there living alongside each other with very heated disagreements. We don't all get along. Anyone who says Hindus always get along, we all love each other, no. I don't know where you got that idea. Probably some weird New Age book you read. I don't get that from any, Indian history I read. Actually, I have it's so far away, but I have a book on the partition of India, and it talks about Gandhi, talks about Savarkar, talks about folks who were spiritual leaders who completely disagreed with each other. This is normal. I would be freaking out if a country of such diversity didn't have disagreements. But yet, within this, we live alongside each other. We find this place in Hinduism where I disagree with you, but we can coexist. And it's a weird place. How it works, I don't really know. Because there's other religions that don't have that. Maybe that's the best example to clarify. Islam and Christianity will convert you. They don't want to live with you. At the end of the day, both of those religions want to convert you. We're not like that. We do our thing, you do your thing, we coexist. Don't mess with me, I won't mess with you. That is Hinduism. So that's kind of how I lead this channel. I bring things in that I may or may not agree with, may or may not like all of, or the person, whatever, because it is this great big tree, and I want to recognize as many limbs of it as I can, and recognize that we all come to this in a different way and from different people, and even though I might be on the polar opposite of you, I somehow want to recognize where you're coming from. Does that make sense? So for those of you who think, oh, Aaron's now into flat earth and all this other stuff, not necessarily. There's things in this book that aren't about flat earth that I think Radha's hitting home on perfectly. His warnings about AI might be very much legit. I don't want to think about that because that's just scary about what the future could be going for our educational system. That's my a small print that I wanted to put in case I hadn't said it before, and some side thoughts on this channel. And I hope you've enjoyed this journey. I hope it has been thought provoking, enlightening, spiritually uplifting. I don't know, whatever it might be. Feel free to reach out. I would love feedback. If anyone has any, just drop me an email sometime. Let me know what you think. I'm always interested in people who are following my channel and what you feel and what you get out of it and all that. Uh, so yeah. With that, I'm going to say please subscribe. There's more on the way in the future on this channel of interesting things and stuff. I've got quite a array of stuff that's going to be rolled out. That's not necessarily scripture, which I've been focusing on in the past. Some new ideas and new things. So please stay tuned and stick with me as we journey forward in our spiritual worlds. And yeah, my name is Pramanandas Bhagat here in Portland, Maine. Thank you so much for being a part of this series. It's been an honor to me to read Radha's books. I don't know if he's going to be seeing this video, if he is still with us in the world or not. If he is, thank you, sir, for what you've done. I hope you're pleased with my reading. And your voice continues through mine, I guess we could say, after the fact. And yeah.